Deadpool. This is easily one of the best movies I've seen so far this year, and easily an early contender for one of the best movies of 2016. This movie is entirely true to the character that is Deadpool, does not screw anything up, like X-Men Origins did, terrible movie, and it is action-packed and so hilarious. In fact, if this was a Western, if superhero movies were Westerns, this would be the first real spaghetti Western superhero movie. Story-wise, it follows Wade Wilson, played by Ryan Reynolds, whom, after meeting the love of his life, has been diagnosed with cancer, terminal cancer. So out of desperation, so he can still be with his lady love, he calls upon the help of a shady man who claims he has a way to cure his cancer, only to discover that he's been screwed over. Instead, he's now in a facility that is mass-producing artificial mutants that then sell off as slaves to the highest bidders. After being horrifically tortured, Wade's latent mutant powers do manifest, but at the same time horrifically scar him, making him look quite hideous to behold, but at the same time letting him heal from pretty much any injury. Now he's breaking skulls and taking names as he takes to the streets to hunt down the people responsible for his torture, and so he can also find the man responsible, Francis, to see if he can restore his face so he can get his confidence back and return to his love. Now personally, I thought the story could have done without the romance. I mean, Deadpool's a pretty out there character compared to the stuff I've already gotten, so not having a romance would have been an interesting thing, or if she'd been killed off, that would have been nice too, just to further feed into his whole I'm not the usual type of hero dichotomy. But what we get is a very serviceable and enjoyable story that thankfully is true to the character. He's constantly breaking the fourth wall, he's causing bloody, intense violence. I mean, it is intense in all the right ways. After seeing movies like Captain America or The Avengers where the violence is, okay, punch, punch, shoot, shoot, but no blood, no, can't have that. It's actually so refreshing to see a superhero like fire off a gun with one bullet, have the bullet go through 3 different heads and see blood splatter everywhere, and then have the character make a masturbation joke. And a few X-Men characters make an appearance, but while they do contribute, they're not really major players in the story, though they do add some really great comical relief. One of them, Colossus, is the straight man to Wade Wilson's violent rampage, and he's just great. I mean, the fight between him and Wade, oh my god, you cannot help but laugh. In fact, there wasn't a single moment at the cinema where nobody was laughing. The entire audience was in a cacophony of a chorus of laughter. Plus, it legitimately earns its restricted classification. MA-15+ here are in America. I mean, there's nudity, there's violence, there's vulgarity. I mean, they got Stan Lee to cameo as a DJ in a strip club. Now that is just awesome. And sorry to say this to everyone out there who wants a tamer version so you can see it, you know, like all the kids who aren't 15, but this movie would not have worked with the classification catering to you. Sorry, but you go wait till your order, or pirate it. Either way, it's good. Now, I don't want you thinking this movie is perfect though, because it does have some issues. For one thing, the movie uses a non-linear framework for its narrative, in that it starts off in the present, but it constantly has flashbacks back to how Wade met his love, how he was tortured, how he got his powers, and how he got set on his journey to look for Francis. Those parts just take up way too much of the story. In fact, it's kind of like just over 2/3 of the story is in flashback, whereas the final third is in the present. And that's just kind of annoying, really. There's also the issue with the sets, in that we never go to anywhere unique or really memorable. I mean, look at just about any of the other Marvel or DC movies from the recent years. We actually get a variety of sets and locations. Granted, a lot of them were distant cityscapes, but we got different cityscapes. In Deadpool, though, we're just in the same rundown cityscape and industrial areas. We never go to anywhere really unique or that sticks out with you. In fact, the climax is kind of underwhelming, to be honest. That isn't to say it's not action-packed, I'm not saying that, but it's just in this industrial area where there's a rundown ship being repurposed or something that's being used as a hideout, and then it just kind of falls over. Again, that isn't to say it's not a bad climax, but they could have easily done something much, much better, and considering that it turned out they took $7 million out of the movie's budget at the last minute, it kind of feeds into an uncanny valley effect of fakeness, so that would explain things. Now those issues, they are just nitpicks. As a whole, Deadpool is just a fan-friggin-tastic movie that you absolutely have to see. If you're not a fan of comic book movies, still see it, because who knows, this might be the movie that will convert you. That's how great it is. And really, I could just go on and on about how great it is, but you're better off seeing it for yourself and experiencing the awesomeness that is Deadpool. Go see it. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm glad you appreciated this video. If you liked it, how about you check out some of my other videos? I also do some game reviews. And don't forget to subscribe. Oh, and I just remembered there's this important message for you. In exactly 3 seconds, you will